Excuse me. Um, yeah, so I asked him that. I said, would you do that to somebody look like you? And he like, damn, no, I wouldn't do it. So they had a crusade, for marijuana usage at some point. This is including, people who probably felt politically correct to do so. I'm gonna say illegally because if you ever seen Baby Boy, shout out to the legend Tyrese and the cast on there, all them legends on there. But don't forget when they knocked on that woman's door trying to find somebody to arrest. Or was it Training Day? My bad. It wasn't Baby Boy. It was Training Day. Shout out to legends from Training Day too. But the lady came to the door and was like, do you got a warrant? If you don't got no warrant, well, what are you trying to charge me with? So I'm finding that people are going like above and beyond, above, or attempting to go above the law within their occupation to think they're going to charge people with, having marijuana, for example. Now, I only say marijuana because in the state of Pennsylvania, in case anybody been paying attention for the last 6 or 7 years or so, they've been legalizing the marijuana all across America for all the medical purposes. They've been legalizing it. So when I'm listening to people, talk down about it, or attempt to harass people, whatever they've been doing, it's been going around. So what does all that kind of sort of mean, yo? It kind of mean that people giving their personal opinion about something, and they trying to act like they are legally within their rights to do so. But what I said earlier about talking to radio stations or stereotyping people and stuff like that, you deal with a bunch of people who has an opinion and is about doing nothing but truthfully trying to get away with all the mischief they causing. All the mischief people are causing. And I say this in the sense of what's going on around the world. Because I brought up the question, who is the voice of America right now? We got 3 or 4 or 5 different political parties representing many different outlooks on life and in life. I would like to think that most of us are normal. Hands cold. I would like to think everybody pretty normal. Working class, citizens. You know what I'm saying? But my issue is that the older and the more people realize they're part of whether it's the generation that is, dealing with stuff differently. The generational differences are sad. That's coming from a 35 plus year old man who can say that I'm listening to more and more children call me Mister. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm no longer the young boy running around looking for my old heads. No, I'm no longer just that anymore. I'm an uncle. I'm a parent. I passionately cared about my children in the school system. So I say that to say that some of these same people, have different outlooks on life, and it's not fair because nobody's going to wait a lifetime for their happiness. And they're making it seem like it's okay to try to act like, you got to prove yourself or do anything any different because they forget it's all about where your heart is. You know what I mean? If your heart in the right place, your mind is in the right place, then who are you to play with me? If we have that common knowledge amongst each other, whether you represent the red side or the blue side, you keep your differences over there. I keep my differences over here. But again, they breaking the law to do some real terrible crap to people, man. So for example, I voted for Joe Biden. 2.5 years later, I finally called LL Cool J a boy. So much going on out here, man. We vote for people, and we start seeing, how they may or may not feel about people. All type of stuff start coming out, man. So I was talking about being an older man nowadays, and I guess taking care of the generation before me. We go out. For example, take my kids to the movies. Somebody ask me to get them a sandwich because they hungry. Yeah, I got you. You know what I'm saying? That's our role nowadays. And there's nothing worse than watching a bunch of senior citizens sit around with their opinion from maybe 20 years ago when we were children, and they might have been older, but the reality is half of them not even outside every single day with these children or with our generation. You know what I'm saying? And if it's been getting harder and harder to talk to some of these kids or deal with the youth because whatever my reason is or whatever their reason is, we still growing together. And it's not fair for people to sit back and look at people like they need them to not even just voice their opinion, but get physical. You know what I'm saying? If you're using your words, use your words, but don't go touching nobody. And like I said, that little society bullshit they into. Watch Sherlock Holmes, man. Watch that John. Because these same kids that we trying to reach out to, or be there for, because we all needed somebody growing up. So here we are. We stepping up to the plate, or we not stepping up to the plate. You know what I mean? We either stepping up to the plate or we not stepping up to the plate. But our enemies, whether you're on the blue side or the red side, they on both sides. Our enemies, the older generation, they try to manipulate some of them. So when I say our enemies, I'm talking about humanity's enemies or the generation of our enemies. They'll sit there and try to take advantage of the youth right now before they have a chance to learn their own moral values or their own, have their own integrity about what they think is right or wrong. They'll sit in their face and try to make it seem like it's okay to disrespect adults that look just like them. I got gray hairs in my face nowadays. I'm like, damn, I look a lot different than I used to. But you should see how okay it is for a young lady who might just happen to be a Caucasian and talk to whoever reckless, and saying it's vice versa. Watch a young black boy talk to a black man reckless, like you ready to fight. That man probably would have rather got you a cup of hot cocoa, son. Same thing for that white girl and that white lady. They were there arguing. She probably would rather butcher a cup of hot cocoa, man. Just go about your business. Somebody creating all this strife. You know what I mean? Creating all this strife out here instead, though, man. So it's not good. We're going through a lot. And I'm only talking about a lot of older people because they've been frustrating me the most, trying to look at me like as if, do we qualify to do our job in the generation we live in? Are we going to hold up? I'm trying my best. And I'm dealing with, I'm dealing with 8 different distractions within myself, my family, trying to maintain, sustain what I got to do. responsibilities that come with life. I don't need nobody's opinion about how I try to, get my day started or do anything to do something. What the hell do you know? But it's cold as crap, man. Hope everybody just enjoying their night, man.